Some of you may well have seen the explainer put out by Knowsley Labour trying to suggest that they had no responsibility in the current situation that Knowsley finds itself in regarding A-level provision. It is technically correct regarding the structural and legal limitations of the council's power. It is the Labour-run council that have created the underlying conditions that have caused this situation. The explainer focuses on the current legal and funding structure that exists, but it massively downplays the council's role in creating the low attainment environment. Reference some of the information which I found on this. Reports from as far back as 2017-2018 detail a long-standing history of educational under-attainment in Knowsley. One of the key reasons given was that the number of pupils leaving Knowsley secondary schools with the necessary GCSE grades was too small to support a viable A-level provision. A terrible situation to find ourselves in. Knowsley Labour would like you to believe that they played no part in creating this situation of low attainment and disadvantage. If Knowsley Labour had done a better job of raising Key Stage 4 attainment over the years, then the student base required to support the A-level provision would be there regardless of an academy structure. Again, this is all under the council's direction. Knowsley has had a Labour-run council for a very long time, so how they can expect to pass the blame is beyond me. The Labour Council can argue that the Department for Education holds the purse strings now. Council's prior lack of strategic planning has led to the terrible situation that we find ourselves in. What is particularly bizarre is in the explainer, Knowsley Labour praises itself for doing an extremely limited job in lobbying and coordinating. This is praise that is neither fitting nor due. Ask yourself, how effective has this lobbying been when we find ourselves in this situation? Lobbying is an insufficient response to a 10-year crisis. Labour know that up until recently, they've always had a safe seat in Knowsley. They haven't had a real opposition, and they've never had to try that hard. They're only bothering to put out self-praising explainers like this because they know they now have a challenge from both the left and the right. Their attitude is, it's not our responsibility. Well, I say, Labour Knowsley, if it's not your responsibility as elected councillors, then whose responsibility is it? First and foremost, they haven't identified who exactly is behind this explainer. It's simply been put on anonymously. We do not have an identifiable person with this statement. That isn't acceptable. You know Knowsley Labour know their comfortable position is under threat because they go out their way in this explainer to attack the independents and other opposition members, whatever that means.